So I'm looking at 7-24A. Have all of you done it already? Or? No, haven't done it yet. Okay. So you may want to try and work along if you want to, but let's see if we can get this right the first time. Sometimes it's a little bit of a curveball. We got to play with the numbers. So let's see. Suppose that on June 1st, Rockin' Gyrations, a disc jockey service, creates a petty cash fund with an impress balance of 300. During June, Ruth Mangan, who is the fund custodian, so that's the petty cash custodian, the one that's responsible for keeping track of what's happening, what's going in and out of that petty cash fund. Looks like she signs the following petty cash tickets. So they give us a list of tickets which serve as receipts. So this is where the petty cash was spent. Okay, it says postage for package received, office party. It's a really small office party, yeah, $15. Okay, 2 boxes of stationery, printer cartridges, and a business dinner. Okay, so we got those available. What they want us to do is figure out this petty cash thing. So over here, I will get my worksheet out so we can do some number crunching. So it says, on June 30, how much cash should this petty cash fund hold before it's replenished? Well, if it was funded for 300, so the it was funded for 300, okay, and then you have expenditures. Okay, you got the postage, you got office party, you got, I'm just abbreviating or shortening what they're saying, right? Stationery, you got cartridges, and then you got a dinner. Okay, you got total expenditures. So if we were to tally those up, okay, postage was 25, office party was 15, stationery was 30, printer cartridges was 20, and business dinner was 55. If you tally all of those up, that's $145 that was spent out of the petty cash fund, and we have receipts or tickets for all of these amounts. So really the fund balance should be the difference between what it was funded for, 300, and what was spent. So if I take the 300 and subtract what was spent, the balance should be, and I'm going to qualify that, I'm going to say over here, this is what the balance should be. Okay? We can make this small again too. Look at them side by side. Okay? So before replenishment, the petty cash fund should hold cash of $155. Now it says, journalize all required entries to A, create the fund, and B, replenish it. Include explanations. Okay, so we got to rewind. We're rewinding back to June 1st when the fund was created. So when you create a petty cash fund, you move the amount out of your main cash account, or out of the cash account that you're going to be funding the fund with, and you're going to put it into this account called petty cash. And we won't touch the petty cash. We won't make any entries to the petty cash account again after this unless we either, one, raise the balance, so maybe we think we need 400 in there versus 300, or two, lower the balance. Maybe we think we only need 200, so we would take 100 out. Or we eliminate the whole petty cash fund together. Okay, so from that point forward, we don't touch the petty cash unless one of those three reasons come about. Okay, so this is to establish the petty cash fund, to open the petty cash fund. Okay? Now, see, when we replenish it, it's important that you see what we do when we replenish it. We do not touch the petty cash account. We're going to take all of these items that were charged, were all of these expense items basically, and we're going to book debits directly to expenses or to other things that cover what these are. It's coming down. Okay. Raining hard. Yeah. So we will go ahead, and you probably would have a chart of accounts so you could identify which account each of these things go into. So I think our chart of accounts happens when we pull this up. Okay, so let's look for something that looks like postage. So postage expense, and I would book $25 to postage expense. And then there's an office party. That's going to go into entertainment expense. But let's be careful, because we have another thing that's related to entertainment, and I would say the dinner. So I would take the dinner and the office party and maybe lump them together. So $15 plus 55 would be 70. Okay? So we would put $70, and we're going to call that entertainment expense, because there's no account for office party. Yeah. So we took care of postage, office party, and the dinner. We got two more: stationery and cartridge. Okay. Why don't we put them into office supplies? I don't think stationery would go into postage, so we'll take those two, $50, and put them into office supplies. Assuming, and you want to look real closely at your chart of accounts. Make sure you don't have something that it could specifically go into. So it looks like it's going to be office supplies, right? And then you would take cash from your main cash account and replenish it, and that would go back in at 145. Okay. That's technically what would happen, right? If everything, if it were a perfect world and everything checked out, right? But look at this. You see here, we didn't read this sentence. On June 30, prior to the replenishment of the fund, the fund contains those tickets that they talked about and cash of 147,000. So we really have, you could say, counted balance, right? This is what the balance should be, right? Should be. And we only counted 147. Okay? So because what was counted in the box is less than what it should be, we have a shortage. We are short by the difference. So 155 minus the $5 or $8, I'm sorry. Okay? We're short by $8. So in order to make this correct, we will still right? We will still refund it. We're not going to cancel the account right away just because we're off $8. But we need to charge that difference to an account called cash short or over. And then we will refund the total amount of cash that should have been refunded. Okay, so you want to add those up to make sure you're right. $153. This would be to replenish the petty cash fund. So this is where we've got to really make sure we're doing it right. And make sure that checks out, right? So we had the postage, entertainment, which was the office party and the dinner. We got office supplies, which was the stationery and the cartridge. Okay. And the reason we're short or over is because our balance should have been 155, but it was actually 147. Okay. So it was actually $8 shy. We'll see how we do. Okay. You see how that works? Okay. So you might want to have a little ledger thing going on the side here where you can figure that out. Now let's see. Make the entry on May 1st to increase the fund balance to 350. So this is an instance where we will touch the petty cash account. The balance is currently 300. We want to add another 50 to it, so we're going to book $50 debit to petty cash and take it out of our cash account, $50. And this is to increase the petty cash fund.